to you. My name's Dale and this is Dale's Addiction. Today I'm bringing you my first impressions of my new work bag, the LV Carryall MM. You might have seen me grimace a little bit picking this up because I have loaded it up to show you what I carry in it, how I'm finding it, wear and tear, comfort, just general practicality of this bag, some things I've noticed, some pros and cons in the early days, and hopefully in an effort to help you make a decision, because I know a lot of people are considering this bag. So I'm kind of going to do this video in reverse, in the way that I am going to I've just noticed I look really blown out on camera, so I'm just going to shut my shutters a little bit like that. There we go, not so blown out. Natural light, who would have thought, so painful. So I'm actually going to show you what I've got inside the bag now and how I've got it organised, and then we'll go back to the specifics of the actual bag. So I've got it zipped up, great pro. I'm also going to do some brief comparisons between this one and the Louis Vuitton Neverfull GM, because they are the two bags that I think are most relevant. So this is weighing a ton because inside you can see it is fully loaded up. So I've got a bottle of soft drink in here, just to say I had a bottle of soft drink in here. You can see inside I've got a Zoomoni organiser. I just got a very thin organiser because I didn't want it to take up space or add structure to the bag, because I like the bag slouchy. What I wanted it to do was to organise my bag, exactly what it's supposed to do, because the challenge for me with this bag primarily, spoiler alert, has been trying to find little things like car keys. At the moment I'm driving a car that doesn't have keyless entry, so trying to find the car key, trying to find my wallet quickly, trying to find a lip gloss quickly. I've been digging around a little bit, so I guess that's my heads up, is that if that doesn't bother you, then fine. There are a couple of organisational compartments in the bag, which I'll show you in a moment. But if it does, I would highly suggest an organiser. This is my MacBook Pro 13-inch. So that one was in there. This is my Remarkable notebook, Remarkable 2. This is the actual little pochette that comes with the bag, and it's in a much more pebbled leather. I guess it just looks more obvious on this smaller print than it does on the actual bag. I've got my mini pochette from Louis Vuitton with just a catch-all, all my bits and pieces in it. I've got my Chanel card holder. I have got my Louis Vuitton 6-ring key holder. I've got my Apple AirPods. What else have I got in here? Nothing. What else? Oh, sunglasses. These are Thierry Lazary sunglasses. They're old, so I won't link them. Okay, so now I'll pull the organiser out and just show you this quickly. I purchased this organiser from Zoomoni using my 20% discount code. I have to say it has its pros and cons, this one. So Zoomoni do gift me a couple of organisers, or have done for the last couple of years, and I just share the code, so there's no kickback for me, no affiliate link if you do choose to buy them. This one I chose to get in the 1.2mm, so it's very thin. As I said, I wanted to maintain the structure of the bag. It does mean that it does collapse in on itself a little bit though if the bag's not full. But I find that with my Louis Vuitton GM Neverfull as well. They seem to be better the more you put in them. And it's counterintuitive, but they kind of, I guess it maintains a sense of structure. So this one has a, drink bottle compartment, or sometimes I use that for sunglasses. And then it's just got these slips along the side, a couple of larger ones and 3 smaller ones. I find that is perfect for me to be able to slip in a pair of sunglasses without a case, which is what I tend to do on the most part, guilty as charged. Then I can slip all my small leather goods into these little side pockets. And I can put things on the inside, obviously my phone as well, And I can put things on the inside like this. I'm just going to show you. And you can see here that everything can be found quite easily. Let's put that water bottle in. It's going to make it heavy. But you can see here everything can be found quite easily. That's what I needed in this bag. Otherwise, it's just a bit of a black hole. So let's have a look at the bag itself, and then I'll start telling you what I have noticed about using it. So let's start with the inside out. The inside. You can see here it's got this beautiful kind of micro suede, microfiber lining with the made in tag. There's a big zipper compartment on the back. And I'll zip that closed. And I love how big the zip is. Like the zipper pull is quite significant. And there are 2 slip pockets just in front of that. So on the front there's nothing. And that's it. You've got a great, and I've gone over this in the purchase, but I think if you're watching a review, this is the kind of information you want, right? So it's got a great zipper pull with the tassel. You can remove this leather part, but why would you? I think it just makes it a lot easier to use. Then the strap itself has a bazillion adjustments. So I've worn it crossbody on this adjustment where I have gone to the second last setting on one side, but I'm on the top setting on the other side. So there's still a lot more adjusting to go there. It's got these great little keepers on both sides of the bag so that any excess tab that you have based on how short you're going to have the strap can be hidden away. On the front, there's a beautiful little luggage tag, but it's not really functional, and it looks like you could remove it, but I don't know why you would. One thing I didn't show you in my reveal was the feet on the bottom. I honestly think it's a lovely touch, but useless, because this bag, like, it's a big bag. It needs feet all the way along here if you're going to stop it from touching the ground. What else can I tell you? In terms of wear and tear, I have not been careful with this bag at all. So I've just been throwing it on my shoulder. I've been walking through, you know, busy traffic. I've probably bumped into people and poles and all sorts of things. Makes me sound very, very clumsy, but I've thrown it in the car. Like, I haven't been careful with it at all. And yeah, there is no obvious wear and tear, which is very impressive. So even on the feet of the bag, there's hardly anything to speak of. So I have loved wearing and styling this bag, and if you watch me on Instagram, you will have seen it's been pretty predominant in my outfit of the day posts. What I do love about it is the opportunity, like the other day, Friday, I didn't take a picture of it for my outfit of the day because I didn't get a chance to, but I was in the city. I started out wearing it on my shoulder and I found it was just getting a bit tiring and heavy, and I was wearing a linen blazer. And linen blazers don't tend to have a lot of structure, and so when you wear a bag on your shoulder, sometimes they get bunched up, and I'm like, this is not working for me. So I simply lengthened the strap and I threw it on crossbody, and it was such a vibe. And I'm like, oh, I'm so annoyed I didn't get a photo of that to show you. And it was so simple to just adjust when I finished my coffee and then throw it on and go for a walk, and it looked fantastic, if I do say so myself. And I will insert some mod shots somewhere here, and I'll also insert some of my outfit of the day posts so you can see. So that's probably my favorite thing about this bag, is the opportunity to wear it multiple ways. I think the challenge with Old Faithful here is, yeah, you can wear it on your shoulder, but I don't find that the drop on it is comfortable enough. It's also they're just diggy-inny straps. But the Neverfull, ultimately, I would carry like that or in the crook of my arm. And it feels a little bit school bag-ish, whereas this one, I love the option for the crossbody or the shoulder wear. So I'm just going to shorten this one side now to the shortest setting, and I'll show you how easy that is to do. Just like that. So now we've got it quite short, but if you look at that on my shoulder, you can see there's quite a drop there, which is so comfortable, and also the fact that it is thick. Sometimes it does slip off my shoulder, but it depends on what fabric that I'm wearing, and that's why, as I said, I think when it's doing that, you either lengthen the strap so the weight is lower on your body, or you can crossbody it. So there's always a way to make it more comfortable. So one thing that I have already mentioned that I've rectified with this bag is it can be a bit of a black hole, because I'm not used to using big bags with dark interiors. My Neverfull's got a light interior and a light organizer, so that makes it really easy to see things, and it's a big open space. But it doesn't have that zipper option, and I used to think it was really funny that people thought a zip was so important, and especially for me, because I don't think a zip is important, or as important, and I tend to wear mine open more than I wear it closed. But knowing that I've got that there, and it actually does change the shape of the bag, is actually a really great part of it. Especially for travel, because how many times have I tried to position my Neverfull in an overhead locker or under the seat and hope it doesn't tip over and everything fall out. Not so much about security, because here in Australia, this wonderful place we live, I'm not too concerned at this point about people reaching into my handbag and stealing things out. That's just not something I have to worry about, but I recognise that it is for people in other parts of this country and the world, and so I absolutely acknowledge that a zip is important. One thing I wanted to know about though was how it goes on top of a rollerboard suitcase, because the Neverfull has these short straps. It means that when I stick it over the handle of my rollerboard suitcase, that it sits there. It also has a kind of a flat base, and so from that perspective, it sits there quite comfortably. Nonetheless, it does, if it's heavier than what's in my actual bag, pull it forward. So I did a bit of an experiment for this video, and I have to say, this might be one of the downfalls of this bag, and that is it will, on its shortest setting, it will sit over the top of the rollerboard suitcase, but depending on how much weight's in your suitcase and how much weight is in the bag, it could tip forward. I did test on its shortest setting if it would touch the ground on my standard rollerboard, and it doesn't, but it might change the weight distribution and tip the whole thing over. But the reason I wanted to test that is when I'm going through the airport or traveling, if I was going to use this bag for travel for work or travel personally, I would want a bag that I can put on a rollerboard, because in my rollerboard I carry all my luxury handbags and things that I don't want in my checked luggage. And so if this was going to be a travel companion for me, it would need to sit there comfortably. I feel like it does, because I wouldn't really leave my suitcase unattended. I'd always be holding it and, pushing it along. But it's not as good as the Neverfull in that regard. So for $4,600 for an all leather bag, do I recommend it? Yeah, I do. I think it definitely comes with some things to get used to, especially if you're used to using smaller bags or more open totes like this one. But if you put them together, they're pretty close in terms of size. Yes, because it does have that closed, it has the ability to close. You do put things in it on an angle, but everything is easy to get to. It's just about seeing it. So if there was one thing I'd change about it, it would probably be that the interior was a lighter colour, like that beautiful saffron colour that was in my Clapton handbag that I sold. But yeah, I hope you found this review helpful for you if you're thinking about this bag. It also comes in like a dove colour, in a neutral colour. The monogram colour has this funny twisty thing on it. For me, it's just, I don't want that. I was really drawn to the really chic vibes of this black one, but yeah, the June, or is it June or Dove, or whatever the neutral coloured one is really lovely. It's literally just hit the Australian website. For some reason we haven't had it, and so many people have commented on my Instagram that they have gone ahead and bought this bag because they saw my initial review, and so congratulations to all those people. I hope you're loving it. If you're one of those people, share your first impressions in the comments down below, and if you're not, share your impressions of this review in the comments down below. I'd really appreciate it. If you could give this video a thumbs up. I hate doing review videos, but I know you find them so helpful. So please subscribe if you would like to see more videos from me. Tell me what you'd like to see me review next. I definitely have to do a little review on this one. So keep an eye out on the Nice BB review. That will be coming up when I can get motivated to do it. But if there's any other bags that I have that you would like a review on, let me know and I'll add them to my list. So until next time, ciao!